Let me guess, you know exactly what you should be doing for your health. But Monday's motivation becomes Thursday's takeout. Here's why that keeps happening and how to fix it. I'm Tyler Ortiz. I help people who watch their health slip away build it back. Not through motivation or willpower, but through systems that work. If you're tired of starting over every week, this video is for you. I've coached hundreds of clients who thought they just needed to try harder. More discipline, more willpower, better intentions. But here's what they discovered. The problem isn't you, it's your approach. When life gets chaotic, your motivation disappears. Your energy tanks, your routines break, and you're back where you started. Most people blame themselves. My clients learn something different. The people who stay consistent aren't more motivated, they just have better systems. Today I'm showing you the exact framework my clients use to break this cycle without relying on motivation, willpower, or perfect days. Okay guys, here's the truth about consistency. Most people don't lack willpower. They think they lack willpower. What they really lack is systems. They think fit people are always motivated or disciplined and can always put the cookies down. But the truth, you need systems, structured environment, and that's what pushes you forward. You need to change your thinking when it comes to systems and getting in shape. You think being fit is making a bunch of healthy decisions every day when really you're coasting off of the systems you built from those decisions. So if you wake up every day and you say, what am I going to eat for breakfast? What am I going to eat for lunch? What am I going to eat for dinner? When am I going to train today? How am I going to get my steps in? If you ask yourself those questions every single day, you will fail. You are going to be overloaded and you are going to be fatigued from too many decisions. Set up systems, meal prep systems, breakfast, lunch, and dinner planned and preferably prepared so you can grab the microwave and go. Have a workout schedule so that, okay, when I wake up on Friday or Saturday or Sunday or Monday, I know that I'm going to the gym at this time. You're not trying to fit it in. Oh, okay, like I might do it here or I might do it there. We'll just see how the day shakes out and then I'll work out however the day shakes out. You will not succeed. And then the final thing is you need to be checking in with yourself. You need to be giving yourself honest criticisms and honest feedback. You need data to look at that data and make decisions off that data. So if you are saying that you're going to work out 4 days a week, but you only work out 3 days a week and you consistently miss that fourth day, that is a really good sign that maybe you should scale it back to 3 days a week. All days are equally important. When you look at it this way, you're able to have a lot more clarity, a lot more consistency because you're just going through the motions. When you show up to the gym, you're not focused on what exercises you're doing. You have your list of exercises, your rep ranges. You're just hitting your exercises and leaving. When it comes to eating your meals, you don't have, okay, what am I going to eat? Where am I going to go? You have your systems in place. You have your meals in place. If you go out to eat, you have a clear idea. Every time I go out to eat, I just get the steak. Whenever I go out, I either get the steak, and if they don't have steak, I'll get some white fish, like a sea bass. I am not perusing the entire menu every single time I go out to eat. I am not eating different meals every single time I sit down. It is very cut and dry for me. It is very simple, and that leaves room for me to have a dessert every once in a while. It leaves room for me to have days where I can chill a little bit because I have a system in place. Every day at lunchtime, I try to go for a walk. Every night after dinner, I try to go for a walk. I'm able to have that daily movement installed so I'm not making decisions about, okay, when can I get cardio in? You have to have the systems installed. So what you need to do is before you come up with a meal plan or start a diet, you need a clear plan. You need to front load all that decision making. So you need to ask yourself, what does my daily schedule look like? When am I going to work out? When would I work out if I had time? What meals would I eat if I had time to cook? You have to ask all these questions on the front end. Then you ask yourself, okay, how do I set up those systems that support what I just planned? And then you create small habits that you track around those original things. So if you wanted to eat at home 5 times a week, what does that look like? Does that look like, okay, I'm eating at home 4 times a week, something's up. Oh, it's because after this day, I have a really long meeting and I'm really exhausted by the end. Therefore, every Thursday, I order takeout. That's achievable when you sit down, have data, and then track and then review that data at the end of the week. And at that point, you're able to build consistency. And at that point, you're able to actually start to change your identity around these things to the point where you're somebody who doesn't have a bunch of cookies in the house, to the point where you're that family that goes for evening walks. That's the end goal. And so how you can start today is you can choose one habit. My favorite habit for people to start with is walking daily. I think this is a great time of year. It's summertime. Pick a time to walk daily. At different points in my life, I've walked at different times. All of them work. I've went for walks as soon as I've woken up. I went for walks right before we left to go to school, at lunchtime, after meetings, after dinner. Pick a time. It could be a 10-minute walk. Pick a time. Go for a walk every single day. Use one of these free habit tracking apps. Just Google habit tracker. Maybe it's an Excel spreadsheet. Track your consistency on your walking. If you're walking, set a goal to walk every day for the next 30 days. At the end of the 30 days, look back at your consistency and ask yourself questions about the days that you missed. So if you missed on Friday, but it was raining. Okay, what about this day? I don't really have a good reason why I missed that one. What's this one? I don't really have a good reason. If I had to come up with a reason, what would be the reason that I didn't walk those days? I had a full day of meetings and I thought I was going to work out at lunch, but I didn't walk at lunch. You have to change your schedule on those days. On Tuesdays, I need to walk early before my meetings. After meetings, there's a follow-up task. I don't have time to get that walk in. So every day you walk after your meetings, except Tuesdays you walk before. For the next 30 days, track your consistency. Did it improve? Okay, now move on to the next habit. I'm going to prep my lunch every day this week. Track it for 30 days. After 60 days, you might not see 20 pounds lost, but you might see 3-4 pounds lost. These habits compound because when you walk every day and increase your walks to an hour, 2 hours, and you start prepping all your lunches, now that success is going to compound. And now it was 0.5 pound a week. Now you're losing 2 pounds a week, turning into 4 to 8 pounds a month. Think about these systems. Not in the sense that, oh, I need to do something that is going to lose me 4 pounds immediately. You need to think about, okay, what's a way that I can install habits consistently over time until I get to my goal? Here's what I want you to remember. Systems beat motivation every time. When you have clear routines and repeatable habits, you don't need to rely on willpower. Your environment does the heavy lifting. That's how you stay consistent, even when life gets chaotic. Want to see exactly how this works? I've put together a free 5-day reset guide. It shows you step by step what it takes to build your own sustainable system. No complicated rules, no extreme plans. Just clear steps that work. Click the link below to grab your copy.